Hello, Days Our Lives fans. This is for Wednesday, March the 6th. Please subscribe and like if you have not. Sarah takes Victoria to see Xander. She's a little excited. She tells him since Harris is awake, he should be able to clear up that you're not the one that shot him. So they're hoping to hear some good news on that front. Everett goes with his first visit with Marlena, and he's a little bit defensive, apprehensive, and a little bit of a prick. She says, "Are you still going by Everett Lynch?" And he said, "Of course I am, because that's who I am. If you have a problem with that." And she's like, "No problem." She's looking at his file, and she says, "I see that your legal name is Robert Everett Stein." So he took or Lynch. So he ended up taking his mother's maiden name and his middle name to be his alternate person. He was not very happy to be there. He did have some favorable memories of his mother when he was pretty young. Brady runs into Nicole, and she tells him, yes, Holly's awake. And he already knew that she was awake, but she said she's talking now. She's up, she's moving around. And Brady's like, oh, my God, has she said anything that would clear Tate up? And he's really pushing her about that. And Nicole's being real aggravated. You know, she's like, the most important thing is to take care of her well-being. And he said, my son's life is changed. Has she said anything? And she said, you won't like what she said. She doesn't really, remember who gave her the drugs. So Brady goes to visit Tate, and he tells him, yeah, Holly's been awake, and now she's talking and stuff. And he's like, that's great. Did she clear me? And he said, yeah, don't get so excited. She hasn't cleared you. She said she didn't know who gave her the drugs. And he's like, they were her drugs, Dad, I'm telling you. She gets back home, and she's talking to Holly, and Holly's like, Tate didn't give me the drugs. And Nicole's like, what? And she's like, no. And she's like, well, who did? And she said, well, I don't know, but it wasn't Tate. He would never do that. And she just kind of walked off. And Nicole doesn't know what to do. Back at the burned up house, everyone's gathering together to help Julie clean up and see what they can salvage. And of course, they're doing the best they can. Chad's ends up talking to Stephanie about how she's doing and telling her that she deserves a lot better than him and Everett. And he ends up hugging her, and who walks in and sees them hugging? Oh, psycho boy himself, Everett. And so Everett just turns around and walks out. I cannot stand Everett. And Julie tried to talk to Stephanie about Everett, but she changed the subject. So get on out of town there, Everett.